I've been looking at Austin Hilton for about 2 years now, and this time he talks about Shiba Inu. I've been a full-time content creator for SHIB about 2 3 years. The reason why I haven't been making so many SHIB videos is one, there wasn't a lot of news, and second one, I was pretty burned out by Shiba Inu news. So this time we're gonna be looking at Austin Hilton. He has been talking about SHIB for 3 years now, so he does have some experience, if not the most in crypto market, and 3 years is actually a lot. And I want to hear what he has to say about SHIB.
Really think about Shiba Inu. Okay. So I want to set the stage. I want to remind you that I have been covering SHIB every single day.
That's incredible. He has been covering SHIB every single day for probably 2 3 years.
Pretty much on my channel since May of 2021.
So this means like 2.5 years he's been talking about SHIB every single day, and massive respect for him that he didn't burn out or anything. I completely burned out when I talked about SHIB every single day. And there's a lot of more content in crypto that's interesting. That's not only Shiba Inu. I'm not saying it's a bad project, but let's hear what he has to say.
This coming May in 2024, there will be 3 years. And I will tell you up front, look, I've been there through the good times. I've been there through the bad times. I've seen Shiba.
Yeah, I remember all the drama. I remember all the good stuff. And that's what I also remember. Like, there were good times at Shiba Inu and there were bad times at Shiba Inu.
At its best, I've seen it at its worst. And I do not personally think that we are at its worst as far as the conditions and where we're at.
I would agree. We're definitely not at the worst. I think the worst was when the bear markets were also completely destroyed. There was a lot of drama with payments and things like that, and was trying to do the corporate takeover. I think that was Shiba Inu's worst time, when the holders got afraid and they started selling.
Right here, right now. And I know also up front, I know that it doesn't matter what the devs do or do not do, or what the Shiba Inu team or the price of the token achieves or doesn't. There's always going to be a group of people that are not satisfied. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just simply saying that that is the reality.
That's true. There's also like people who want to see the price go up and always expect, if the project does well, if the project delivers, if the team delivers, that the price will go up. It's not always like this. And it depends also on many other factors like the bear market, bull run, and so many other things.
I've seen this now go on for years. Okay. So here's what I really think. I think that Shiba Inu is a great project. I think it has its faults, just like any other project. People will throw stones at Ethereum or Cardano or Polygon.
Exactly. So a lot of people, like what I noticed in my years as crypto YouTuber, people move on from project to project, and sometimes the projects do come back. Take a look at Dogecoin. It used to be popular, then it got died, then it got popular again. And I think that's the real like difference that a lot of people do not talk about, in my honest opinion. Like, people do not talk about this huge difference with crypto. And I do think it's exciting in a way. It's definitely exciting.
Right? There simply is never going to be a situation where a project is perfect or great in everyone's eyes. I think that you have to make a decision whether or not you want to be on the Shiba Inu.
So yeah, you either have to hold Shiba Inu. You can also hold like a small portion, like $200, $100. Not financial advice, but still, this is what's interesting to me, is a lot of people are going ahead and they're making crypto a possibility for them. They're changing their lives in the long run.
Roller coaster is the same for Cardano, Polygon, Bitcoin, Ethereum. All of them have their own roller coaster respective up and down rides. Okay. So what I want to talk about in this is, again, continue to have this narrative of what I think, but we're also going to talk about this burn scenario and what's going to...
Exactly. The burn scenario is something people have been asking for a long time, and now it's finally here. And that's what people are excited to hear. The burn is what they were asking for a long time. I think they were asking for the last 2-3 years. And I'm excited.
Have to happen, or what is kind of right there right now about the Shiba Inu burns with Shibarium and all that. Okay. So again, I will tell you, I'm a fan. I own Shiba Inu. I continue to hold Shiba.
So I think what Austin will probably say is that Shiba Inu is doing
Dogecoin,
not perfect, but it's making these changes. In my honest opinion, I do think Shiba Inu is making changes. It's making these average block times. I don't think they're enough to burn a trillion SHIB like people want. I think they are doing what people wanted, like making a SHIB blockchain. I don't know if people even know how to use the blockchain really. I think people in Shiba Inu, they're like most people, they just found out about crypto and they bought Shiba Inu because, well, Dogecoin is less popular.
EthereumScan.io. This is the real site you need to be looking at if you want to see daily transactions. Right now, we're running at daily transactions of almost 8 million transactions. I think you'll continue to see that volume go up respectively as we continue to see more and more projects launch and or port over to obviously Shibari. Okay. So
so this is good news, but like, can this compare with Cardano? The issue I have with Shiba Inu, it's gonna burn, but I don't think enough people will use it. That's the big problem with Shiba Inu. To convince people to play the game, to convince the people to play Shiba Inu, I think that's the biggest problem in any project really, is convincing people. Like, it's not that simple in that sense.
Of bone that has been accumulated to basically transfer over this amount into Shiba Inu tokens and burn that amount of Shiba Inu tokens. Why hasn't it taken place? Well, the goal's been reached. And here's the thing. I think that the team is still figuring out how to do all this, right? I still think that they're working their way through this burning and the right way to do this. This is a large amount of money. They've got in January, they told us they've got automated burns that will kick in. They're going to have an automated methodology or system in place that every time this,
So automated burns would be something exciting, game-changing for SHIB. But again, the amount depends. Like, what's going to be the amount that will burn Shiba Inu? Now, if it's a small amount or big amount, that is up for the question.
This 25,000, when basically $25,000 worth of bone is accumulated from the.
So it seems like they're going to be burning SHIB. I don't know if they're going to be burning bone as well. So they're accumulating this bone, and I guess they might sell even bone to burn this. I'm not too sure, but their transactions are going up.
Cheap price per token. It brings a lot of new people.
I think the issue is also like leash and bone are a bit, they're not getting a lot of attention, and people don't really buy these tokens. But I think that's also the problem. They're not really planning on having these tokens as the big main thing. In that sense, they're not gonna be ever the ones that you say, oh yeah, let's go and buy SHIB. No, it's never gonna be like that, in my honest opinion, and that's fine too. There's these cryptos, they might not survive in a sense. Like, they might not survive the next following bear markets, and I think people are gonna be quite disappointed if it doesn't survive. But I'm completely fine with that. I do think people, like, the project should be focusing on SHIB and retaining the SHIB holders than having bone and leash. And I think they had on their token or NFTs. So we don't want to keep them too diversified.
Yeah. I know what you know. I know what's out there on the public availability as far as content information. And I'm giving you, again, my opinion. And I'm giving you the benefit of daily coverage across years of seeing Shiba Inu ups, downs, and all that's happened in between. I'm a fan. I'm a bleeder. I'm definitely part of the SHIB army. Consider myself to be one. And I've earned my stripes appropriately with that, with daily coverage for almost 3 years. And so again, I just think it will continue to flourish.
So I also think it will flourish, especially in the coming bull run of 2024. If you guys want to be kept up to date on what's happening and more on the news, be sure to smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated. Peace, everyone.